Hey everybody, this is Jennifer Duck. I'm headed to the camper. I haven't been asleep yet. I had to go and help my neighbor up the road there. He hurt himself last night. He fell, so I had to help him. Oh, my eye hurts. This eye hurts. I get floaters in this eye, but then this eye here, we were out playing cards and I had a big floater over this eye, came over to this eye. And then a few minutes later, I'm falling apart. I had a headache. And yeah, the light is very sensitive right now. So I had to ask the neighbor if I can park my camper over there in his yard. And he said, yeah, it was okay. But since I've been up all night watching a damn good movie, what the hell was the name of it? Oh, shit, I can't think the name of it. It was really good. It had Washington, D.C. in it, and it's a series. And I was just glued to the TV. And I should be exhausted, and I am a little, but how's everybody today? Oh, there's Darlene out there. Hello, Darlene. She's in Texas. And then I don't have my book with me, but there's Steve and Debbie. And then there's Francis in Puerto Rico. Good afternoon to you. And Jenny in Connecticut. Debbie in Florida. Sue in New York. Daniel over there in Holland. And there's Mark. Thank you all for watching this crazy girl. I'm just me. My freezer came in this box. Our ice maker went out when the kids were here. And we kept buying ice. The ice maker is nice now. And the trench works nice, except we don't have any rain yet. Now I'm going to go up there, open up the camper. I'm just way too tired to do anything. I have to put my glasses on. And I just got back from the neighbor up there. He fell in his bathroom, hurt himself, scraped up his back pretty good. And I show you the big old, tomorrow we gotta go get our windshield. Murphy's Law, you know. A branch hit my foot. Shattered it to hell. Ain't gonna park under that tree no more. See, Nick don't want to camp no more. And yeah, but I can't put my tent out. He unlocked everything, the batteries. So I thought I would come out here and sleep. But I'm exhausted because I've been watching TV. And we have more mouse. It still smells new in there. My camper, I take my shades off. This camper is a little girl, a little guy Mini Max. It's a 2021, but I call a little girl. And I'm the one that drives with a truck and I haul it everywhere. You can put a TV out there and you got your plugs here. And there, that opens up, goes all the way out. So I emptied it. It's nice and cool in here. Take off my shoes. Smells musty a little bit in here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm still going to use it. Hell, I'm paying insurance on it. I'm going to use it. What sold me was this refrigerator. And the freezer. Hey, there's my ice trays. And down here is a big old refrigerator also. Yeah, it's supposed to stay open like that. Now I made an extra shelf for it up here. And my husband, I was driving down the highway and I heard this clink, clink, clink. So what the hell's that noise? When we got to our destination, I came in here to use the bathroom. There's a nice shower and a commode. It's a real commode. It's a porcelain commode. And the sink fell. Didn't break anything, just fell. Lena thinks we're going camping. Let's see how you open this. See? I don't hardly use this in here. I cook outside. Ow! What's biting my foot? And of course, I took everything out of here. I'm going to use this cord. This cord here, right here, to make my things. And I left some things in there. Now, when you're old, this microwave should not be down here. The newer models now have the microwave up here. But I hardly even use this down here. And this has a shelf that comes out pretty long. And I don't know if I could open that with one hand. Let me see. Probably not. There we go. I took the shelf off. See the shelf here? But I put my kitchen towels there. And then this little thing I got at Walmart. And then I would put all my supplies, what I need, like shampoos and stuff, in it. This is nice. I got this at Aldi's. These lights work. My windows tip out really far. And then, of course, I can't stop there, everybody. Yeah, if you know me by now, I like to build. So, I made this. Nothing fancy. My table, but it's too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this down. Take the Lunagoon table out. And then when you go to Florida, these things go over the windows, keep you cool. I made my cushions, both cushions. And I have underneath, under this, I have styrofoam that goes lengthwise to keep it cool and warm in the winter. So what I'm going to do is now, since I'm going to use it again, I'm going to try, I went on the Little Guy Mini Max, Little Girl Mini Max, and they have where they have these rails. You can't see these rails. There's a rail here. See? There's a rail there. And see that down there where that string is, opens up. I have a different table for it. So what I'll do is I'll get some wood, some maple, this is what this is, or something I'll use, plywood, and build like a little, when you pull it out and pull it in, it'll be on slats. That's where that cord comes in. And then you have these are the back of the cushions, will fit here. And then the kids can sleep on the bed with us. Now, I have 4 dogs. Lily is good, she's quiet. But Lena Loudmouth, and then Rusty Barker also. And we'll probably have to go up to Mouse Hill and go camp for a little bit. Close by. And this air conditioner above my head is very cold. And I'm cold nature. I have to go sit outside. It's hot in here. And of course down here you have your switch there. Turns TV on outside and in. And then here my TV is bigger than what you're supposed to have. And then our solar panels up here. And this is for the air conditioner and the heater also. And down here is a fuse box. And we have another drawer here. And then outlets. And what do they call that? A sensor for, you don't get, you know what I'm talking about. I can't think what it is. My brain's not thinking, I'm so tired. Gas fumes. And like I said, I made cushions. So Nick will lay here, and I lay here, and the kids lay on the floor or up there. I just bought it, was it a year ago? Or maybe longer, I can't remember. I drug it everywhere. A good little camper. Oh, and it's got stereo all around it, and lights. And a screen door. Okay. Definitely would have to put some there if I could just see Rusty going out. It kills me. I have a nice camper and he don't go no more. He don't want to do nothing no more. And yeah, I'm feeling better, girls, guys. It's 30. And I have an outside shower. Oh shit, look at that cobweb. Hell no. And then he replaced something in here, right here, where the hot water heater is. So when you take a shower now, it doesn't burn you. He fixed that. And that gray and tank. And these are just stabilizers. I was just looking to see if it had a little crease there. I need to wash it. Oh, and then here, he did that. Oh shit, look at that one there too. I'll open this up. We have our solar panels. I don't want to trip over that. Our gas bottles and our battery. Like I said, you don't want to camp no more. And I enjoy camping. Ask me if I've been depressed. Answer is hell yeah. I get depressed just like everybody else. So I want to take it out and wash it. Get it cleaned up. Set up my tent. There's a girl on my Facebook account. A friend of mine has a camper just like this. And she wants to know how you set up the tent because she's got it too. Did I tell you I ate a pork chop last night? It was good. They were as big as my hand. I had to put my glasses on. Oh my goodness. We have to warm up the pork chops. What? Have to warm up the pork chops. Oh, yeah. How many is one? 2, I think. Can you put the box down? I got, here's the camper keys.
Okay. Are you done?
Yeah. I went out and looked at it.
Too hot to do anything right now.
I'm gonna put my thinking cap on.
Okay.
And think how I'm gonna make them beds. I got a few more days to wear this damn thing. Thank God. I walked in Carrie's house. He smokes. I'm not a smoker, so the smoke bothers me.
Stay there, little boy. Stay there.
Do you have any water close
Not
by?
on me. God, yeah. I'll get you some.
I think my water's in there.
I'll go get it.
Oh, hell, Dad, you almost spilled his water bowl.
Hers.
Her water bowl.
Look out, everybody.
So I just wanted to show you. Yeah, I was watching. Damn. I can't look at the movie. It's on Netflix. I had the Washington, D.C. It was really good. I hate when I watch a movie like that. It's a series, and it goes on and on and on, but then you're right at your... Really good. I don't even know what time it is.
Look at that little flower.
What little feller?
That's that little flower.
What time is it, Dad?
1:27.
Really? I give you the keys?
Yeah.
Thanks. Carrie gave me this water. So for Christmas, my son gave me them chairs. And chairs are nice. These chairs. These table chairs. For camping. They're dirty right now, but they put your... And they're nice. And then I like to cook outside. So I got what are them them stoves called? Let me see. You put the cylinder in it. It's a little like a gas stove. Well, that's what I cooked on for the longest time. So then I got me 2 stoves. you would use the cylinders. So Nick bought me a case of the cylinders. Anybody need any razor blades? He buys on eBay 50 of one and 50 of the other. Said he never have to buy razor blades ever again. I'm talking about your razor blades you bought.
I got 85.
Oh, 85. Like you really...
85.
85.
I won't ever need to buy anything.
No.
Oh. Mine outlast me.
Yesterday, we were sitting outside playing cards, and I have these floaters in my eyes, and I have one in this eye that floats like a little dot all the time. But then there was a big blob. So I thought for sure I was going blind. And it came on this eye and then swished over here on this eye. It's been here ever since on this eye. And about an hour later, I had a horrible headache back here. And I still have the blob, but it's not that solid. It's broken up. Damn, it rains, it pours. The leaves are falling, people. And if I missed your names, I'm sorry. I got a book, I wrote everybody's names down. So, it's cool today. He wants to turn the A on. I could see my electric bill go sky high. I'll do what you want, but leave my windows alone. I like my window air. So this is Friday, the weekend, everybody that works. Hope you have a nice weekend. That storm has really tore up everything up in North Carolina and Charleston. We used to live in Charleston. Nick was in the Navy.
There's 2 pork chops left. You want me to warm them up?
You warm yours up and I'll warm mine up.
Okay.
We used to live in, I moved away with 2 little boys and moved to New Hampshire. And I met a sailor. I lived in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and he lived in Kittery. We got married, moved to Charleston. I love Charleston. Charleston's like my second home. Mississippi reminds me of Charleston because it's got all the trees on it, you know, the moss. Yeah. Charleston and North Carolina's getting it, going up the coast. And pray for them people up there. My granddaughter's boyfriend texted me today and said, the water has finally gone down. Sorry. I shouldn't have went to Carrie's house. He smokes and that really bothers me. I'll be okay in a minute. I called the doctor today. Let me back up here in a minute. I'll tell you about that. So Charleston, I like Charleston. We went to Charleston in our camper. And we pulled over. I like to boondock, if y'all know what boondocking is. Boondocking is when you use your solar panels and you just like now, and just cook out and nowhere. I mean, just park for the night. Shit, I might have to use that damn inhaler. I hate it. ah, ah. I like boondocking. Just pull over wherever you want to pull over and make your dinner or whatever. That's my cup of tea. And we stayed at some state parks, but we went back to Charleston, and right on when we go from Georgia down Highway 17 goes into Charleston. We stayed at that place there. Was it St. Helena's? Something like that. Or somebody will correct me. I think. It was along the coast there. We're on Highway 17. Holy hell. Charleston. When we lived there, there used to be Goose Creek, Dorchester, and everything was far apart. Now it's all the towns are close together on Highway 17. Wow. And busy. Holy hell, I felt like I was in Florida. The highway was so congested. And our campground was nice campground. We were stayed in a nice campground. Huge when we were there. And we took the kids with us. That's when baby girl was alive. And we went to places. And wow, I just couldn't get over how Charleston has grown up. Yorktown, by Yorktown, that's it, Yorktown. I couldn't think. When we lived in Charleston, we never went over to Fort Sumter. Yeah. I always like going back to Charleston, just because Nick was in the Navy there. And it's all grown up. No shipyard no more. But Goose Creek is rough now, and I think every city is rough now. So, yeah. So I'd like to go back. And then we like Mississippi because when we go to Mississippi, we jump on the Trace. That's not too far from the house here. And there's some really nice places. And if you stay on the Trace, there's some free places to park. But of course, you have to get there early. So, and me being sick, it just put a crink in everything, you know? I'm still not out of the neck of the woods yet. I called the lonely doctor today. And I told him I didn't want to use that company. And last night when I was watching TV, I caught myself falling asleep and snoring a little bit, but I don't know. I don't want to use that company. I don't. She was rude. Very rude. And Deb, you have that oxygen thing down at your house. See if it works. I'll buy it from you. Oh my God, I can't believe him. I might have to go on that damn thing. I really don't want to go back on oxygen. It's to help me sleep at night. I'm just afraid if I get on it, I can't get off of it. And I I could walk better, I could breathe better. And I've been using that little thing. I got up to 1,500. So, oh, hey, Darlene, anytime you want to come over here and play cards with me, you come on right over. You too, Deb. And Jenny. We haven't played this game called Push. You can play with 2 people, but it's more fun if you have more people. Jenny up there in Connecticut got me started on that game. And when you camp, you meet a lot of nice people. You know? But I got to get over this lung issue thing first. And I haven't had no diarrhea today. Knock on wood. No diarrhea. Oh my God. Oh, and I'm drinking real water for a change. I drink water all the time. Yeah. Well, I just want to come on here and chat for a little bit. Yeah, I love my camper. I had when Paul lived here with me. I took care of him for over 5 years, a caregiver, a good friend, best friend. We were close. Two damn Yankees under the same roof. Ooh, boy. Let me tell you. I met him in 2002. A long time. I wish he was still here. Feels like yesterday. Oh my God, he would give me grief. We butt heads pretty damn good. But he was a good person. He had a good heart. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. None whatsoever. You probably heard me tell you this story all the time. Oh, Philip Coolberries. I went into his CB shop. At the time, I was driving a truck, a box truck. I hauled car parts all over the United States. And my friend took my radio in there to get it fixed, and he brought it back to me. It sounded like shit. Of course, too many sodas. And just getting off the night shift. And I took my CB in there. I can still see him to this day. Oh my God. You could almost hear a pin drop. That's how funny it was. I got in there, put my radio down on the counter. I could see the 3 guys over here and a guy over here beside me and the girl behind the counter. And Paul was way in the back with his ponytail and his arm in a sling. And I remember telling the girl I had a CB and I needed it worked on. My friend brought it in and it sounds like shit. And she got, if you don't have a damn receipt, I can't help you. Well, when you're high on, what was I drinking at the time? Mountain Dew, I think. That gives so much caffeine or something. I almost came around that corner and grabbed her, but I didn't. And everybody was talking. I said, hey, you ponytail man. And he turned around real quick. He said, yeah, woman. I said, "Oh my God, another damn Yankee. What am I gonna do here?" And he goes, "What's wrong with your radio?" I said, "Hell, it sounds like shit now." I said, "He brought it in here to get it worked on, and it's horrible. I can't even get out." So he took his radio out of his truck and put it in my van, or my truck at the time. And his radio was pretty powerful. I'm on the other side of Nashville and I can still hear him. And I'm talking to him because I'm on my way to North Carolina. So when I got back, I got my radio. And I only had a Cobra 29. And I still have it. It's in the shed. And I'd be talking and everybody be hearing me. And my handle is Daisy. That's where I got my name. Paul used to call me Daisy all the time. And my handle was Daisy May. And I'd be talking to Paul coming back from the other side of Nashville. I think it was only by Mount Juliet, if I'm not much sure. And it sounded as clear as day. And everybody, all the truckers like, "You must have a leaner in it." I said, "No, my radio doesn't have anything." And "Yeah, you have a kicker in it." "No, I don't have a kicker in it." I knew Paul tuned it, but I didn't know how good he tuned it. I could hear him. I could talk to Paul. So when I drove for Jeff Reeves over there in Lexington, at night, if you got a damn good skip, you could hear anybody. I would hear Paul. I was like, "Man, here I'm in Texas. I could hear you, Paul." He was talking to me through my radio, my CB radio. I was like, "Holy shit, how in the hell's that happening?" Well, Paul would call me on my cell phone also. And he worked nights. And he knew I worked nights. And then when I got off the road driving truck, I went hauling people. What the hell was I thinking? Not. Oh my God. That was the worst job. I got laid off when 9/11 hit. What was I thinking? I did that job almost 10 years, driving crazy people to doctors and hospitals all over the state of Tennessee. Before I started working for Wilbert, Polly asked me, because he was with the VFW, asked me if I would be his beck and call. I was like, "What the hell's a beck and call?" He said, "Would you go to Texas with me and help me get dressed and whatever?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, sure, no problem." I thought we were going to kill each other the whole time. 2 Yankees in the same area? Oh my God. I flew to Texas with them. I got to see where the battery was. That was pretty cool. And take the little boat ride. And the bridge had all the mosaic. I'm saying it wrong. I know Darlene's going to correct me here in a minute. It's really pretty. It's like all pieces of little stone or glass in under the walkway. And after I came back from there, then I went to work for Wilbert, my other boss. And then one day, I had to pick him up. I thought, "Oh my God, this is not going to fly." Oh my God, this is not going to fly. So I picked him up, took him to Vanderbilt at the time. And I told him, I said, "Paul, I know how you are." I says, "Wherever I drop you off, that's where I'm going to pick you up." I come back to get him. He ain't there. I called him on his cell phone. Not answering. Now I'm getting pissed because I got people to pick up. And he's tying me up. So me and the guy, security, he's all the way over there by the Children's Hospital. And by that time, I'd lost it. I had no patience. Finally got him in the car, and I chewed his ass out one side, down the other side, and then, you're going to find another ride because I'm not taking you back home. And then Wilbur said, no, you got to take him back home. And I was like, that's how I met Paul. And then we got separated and came back together. Then Wilbert, my boss, I was working 5 days a week, then 6 days a week, and then 7 days a week. And I'd start out at 3 in the morning, and I worked 14-hour days. Now, Darlene, if you work long hours, honey, you make sure you take time for yourself. Yep. Or I'd still be driving. I couldn't explain what was going on, but that all this stress, my job, the people, oh Lord. Yeah, it got to me. I had to give my keys in. And Paul and I were pretty good friends. We'd go everywhere. Yep. One day we were out Christmas shopping. Oh wait, back that up. What happened? Oh. I know y'all are going to think this is not crazy. I went to a yard sale. I had a diesel truck at the time, not that one. And I brought a camper home. I paid $2,500. And I bought it at a yard sale. I was fixing it up. I borrowed Gary's power tools at the time because I didn't have a nail gun or anything like that. And we washed it, the whole trailer, and Sunday was in October. And I took everything apart in the trailer. The whole front of the trailer, it was gone. I mean, what they charge for campers is amazing. They're only made by 1x2s. That's it. And what the price that you pay for these things. We were washing it, and we had to put the thing on top of the camper, the tarp, because it was going to rain. And I was on the bottom. Nick was around the top with the ladder, and he was on top. I felt a tug on my tarp. Come around. Nick's down on the ground, face down, under the camper. The ladder has gone away, and he's bleeding from the nose and the ears and the mouth and the whole 9 yards. Wow. That's an eye-opener, let me tell you. You feel your husband fall off of the RV head first. I ran in here, got my phone, called 911, hung up on the operator twice. The neighbor was a nurse. She came up. Carrie came down the road. Barbie flew over here. And they came to my rescue. I thought the ambulance never going to get here. And the guys finally came, and they took him in an ambulance. And down at Drop Anchor down the hill. Daisy, there's only 2 trauma hospitals in the state of Tennessee right now. It's Memphis and Nashville. I said, well, hell, shit, I'm not going to Memphis. We'll go to Nashville. I just called my sister-in-law, Lisa. I said, I'll meet you at the hospital in Parsons. I didn't know where they were going to take him. Click. I didn't give her a chance to say anything. A few minutes later, I called her back. Said, never mind. Come to the house. Click. They airlifted him to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's about hour and a half, maybe. Hour and a half. And here, Lisa can't drive at night. Barb can't drive at night. So I get in the car and I kissed him goodbye and told him, "You'll be all right." And he kept over and over, "What happened? What happened? What happened?" I said, "Dad, you had a little fall. You're going to be fine." By the time they airlifted him, by the time we got in my car, got my stuff, got up to the interstate, I had to get gas because I was empty. Got all the way to Fairview, the shock started to hit me. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm starting to feel funny. And Lisa looks over at me and says, I told Lisa, "I feel funny." She said, "I'll slap you." I said, "Damn, you slap me, girl, I'm going to slap you on back. You don't hit me." Well, she was trying to calm me down. That didn't calm me down, let me tell you. I flied back up to Vanderbilt. And of course, everybody knows me in there because, they see me every day. And the guy behind the counter says, "Daisy, what are you doing here?" I said, "Oh, my husband came on a helicopter." And what's his name? Nicholas Duck. They looked in books. There ain't nobody here by that time. I'm starting to lose it. I said, "What do you mean there ain't nobody here? He sent a helicopter to come here. Where the hell would he go? It's a trauma hospital, right?" Now I'm raising my voice. And that's so slow. I'm like, "Ooh, calm down, calm down." And Barb's like, "It's okay. She's just pacing back and forth." And a few minutes later, a doctor grabs my hand and takes me up to the 11th floor. The burn is on the 10th floor, trauma's on the 11th floor, and I don't know what's on the 12th floor. Or there he was. He had every tube. The little red light was flashing. I lost it. Now, honey, I know Nashville like the back of my hand because I'm up there. It took me 4 days. 4 days to come around. My son lives, George, that was here to help, lives in Atlanta. It's about a good 5-hour drive from my house to Atlanta. Took him 2 hours. He was flying. And Ernie had to fly in from Kansas City. I don't remember anything. All I remember, I don't even know what. Somebody gave me an angel. I still have it to this day. That he's going to be okay. 4 days. Finally, the shock wore off. Then I came to. I asked the kids, "Where am I? Where's Dad?" "Dad's in the hospital. He's going to be fine." "I want to see him." He says, "We've been seeing him every day." I said, "No, I want to see him now, since I am all right." He broke everything. He broke his jaw. He broke his, the right one or the left one? I can't remember. I think it was his collarbone. He ruptured his spleen. He broke the ribs on the right side all the way down. It was the left side. Yeah, left side, I think. Shit, I don't remember. It's been so long. And his memory to this day. He can't remember short term. Long term is still there. Short term is not there. So, now I'm still driving while after I come to and we come home. It's around our anniversary at the time. Our 30th. With the stress at work and the stress here and me working long hours, I had to turn in my keys. That just about killed me. And I had this horrible pain in my head. feel like whoever's got a stressful job, don't take it home with you. Back away from it. Do things with your family. I'm living proof. I couldn't tell you what happened. Pain in my head. Well, as long as I was driving down the highway and I didn't turn my head, I felt like a semi was on top of me. And 2 years of my life, I didn't know what to do to myself. I am not a homemaker at the time. I've been working since I was 11 years old. And now I have to be a homemaker again? Whoa, that's a big shocker. And I knew I wasn't crazy. Nope, I wasn't crazy. Yep. Oh no, wait, back up. I gotta remember, it's been many years ago. Before all this craziness with Nick, after Nick's accident, I know what it was. I had to leave at 3 o'clock from here. I was at my carport in my medical van. I'm sitting out there and I was supposed to go to Jackson and pick up some people and take them to the VA. And my boss called me and asked me, "Are you going to work today?" Yep. "Where are you?" And I looked around. I said, "Country." "I'm out in the country." "Where at in the country?" "I think I'm home." "What do you mean you think you're home?" "You know you have to be in Jackson about a certain time to take them down to Memphis, yeah?" And then I said, "Who are you?" And right then and there, he knew something was wrong. Well, that was 3. When Nick got home, it was 8. Nick rushed me to Vanderbilt. They did all kinds of tests on me and couldn't find anything wrong. Honey, let me tell you, I'll tell you what stress will do to a body. When you work too many long hours, 12, 14-hour days. I couldn't write my name. I didn't know who my kids were. I couldn't tell you who the president was. I didn't know my husband. That's what stress can do to a body. Now, I know I wasn't crazy. I just couldn't understand what the hell was happening. So, after I got back home from Vanderbilt, I went to Centerstone. And Nick wasn't working yet, and he lost his job. This is a guy that never missed a day of work, and they fired him. Thank God he had that disability insurance. That paid off. And I lost my job. Wow. Oh. Went to Centerstone, and there was a good guy in there. Of course, right away, they want to put you on drugs. I do not take drugs. I don't like drugs. I don't like how they make you feel. He told me the best thing you have to do is you have to get back in that car. I said, shit, Brian, I can't even drive out of the damn drive without having a damn panic attack. You're out of your blooming mind. He said, that's what you need to do. You need to get in a car, in a truck, whatever you got, and drive. I said, you're mine. And panic attacks, oh, honey, let me tell you, anybody ever gets them, they are bad news bears. Bad news bears. I still get them once in a while, not very often. But when you get them, you got to focus on something. I always look something in the corner, and I take a deep breath. Deep breath is very, very important if you get them. And you feel like you're having a heart attack. Hey, Dad, can I have some more water with ice? 2 years of my life. Thank God I have sewing. That sewing is what kept me going. My sewing. Then Paul was afraid to go anywhere and leave my house. And then Paul says, guess what? We're going on vacation. I'm like, you're out of your mind. Of course, Nick is back to work now. I want to go visit my daughter, my stepdaughter. I said, where does she live? Wisconsin. And you're driving. I said, Paul, I can't drive. Yeah, you can. I can remember, even all my truck buddies, my truck friends, would come to my house, pick me up, and we would go for a ride to get my memory back. Thank God they did that, because it helped. And Paul did the same thing. Shit, I thought we were going to kill each other. We went to Wisconsin. We went to Pennsylvania. We went to New York, because he had a buddy, childhood friend, Kenny. Went to New York. We went to North Carolina and back to Tennessee. We went there. We always went to the Smokies, so I love the Smokies. After that trip, 6 months later, we were walking around. It was at Christmas time, walking around. And I just left Paul's house. We went to Tractor Supply in Dixon. And he wanted to buy some stuff for the co-workers. I talked him into buying some stuff for the co-workers. Oh my God, leaves. Can you bring my charger to me? Look, there's leaves. Thank you.
Hello.
Oh, Carrie was smoking.
Huh?
And my inhaler.
Which one? There's one on the computer
Okay, bring me that one.
and your charger.
Charger, yeah.
Where's
I'll
the
plug it into that. We'll
Where's
plug
the
it in.
charger?
It's over there by,
Computer?
yeah.
We got one.
Ask my girlfriend Ann and my best friend Hubert that I grew up with. Thought we were going to kill each other. Paul thinks he's right. I think I'm right. Oh, we clashed. But that saved me. That helped me. Like I said, we were walking around at Tractor Supply. And we went back to his place. And I told Paul, I said, I'll call you. It was Saturday. I'll call you Sunday. Okay. I called him all day Sunday, and I kept telling him, answer this damn phone. I know you're home. You didn't go anywhere. Answer the phone. I had to call the CB shop and tell him to break down that door. He lay paralyzed on his bed for 8 hours. He had a stroke. A heart attack. And Missy kept jumping at the door. Can you plug that in?
Yeah.
Excuse me. I gotta use it. I hate this thing. That doesn't it. Oh shit, looks like he chewed it again. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dog.
It's not again. It's the same cube.
Oh.
And it's the same cube. Are we getting power or not? Yep.
Oh my God. Rinse my mouth here. Hold on. Well, it didn't do anything.
Well, it should.
I didn't hear it go cling. Nope.
Hold up.
Here, just unplug it. Just unplug it. I'll go over there. The whole thing.
Maybe the cord.
That could be. Can you bring my chair over here?
Yeah, move.
I need my water.
Unplug the other one.
I think it's cord. Give me a different cord in my room.
Okay.
This one ain't working.
Okay.
The whole thing. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Unplug that one. We don't need that one there.
No, we do need that one over there. Just go ahead, put my chair back.
I can't do everything.
I'll do it. Just go in.
I got it. Ow.
Oh, that felt better.
Oh.
Made my lungs breathe.
What
The
felt better?
inhaler.
What'd you do with that bowl?
Here's the bowl. To the light. Oh, okay. Hold on. So his brother, Johnny, broke down the door and he laid on his back, puddle of blood. And I called the ambulance. By the time I called the ambulance from my house here, the ambulance already met me there. I couldn't tell you. I flew through Linden, Hohenwald, Linden and, what is that town? Lowville. By the time I hit the interstate, they had 911 there. Hold on a minute. Where's my mouth? And he refused. He refused the ambulance. I said, "Oh hell no! Oh no! Oh hell no! Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. You're going on that damn stretcher, and you're going to the ambulance, and they're taking you." The ambulance man told me if he wouldn't have went, he would have died. Well, the ambulance guy said, you won't be able to keep up with me. I said, you don't know where I'm from. I'm from Pennsylvania. I drive like New York. We'll see. I was right on his ass. The ambulance. Yeah, when we got to the VA, the ambulance said, where are you from? I said, I'm from up north. Don't worry about it. We got him into the VA. And I stayed with Paul the whole time. The whole time we were there. I was Paul's advocator. I didn't take no for an answer. I wanted answers. I wanted to know what was going on. In the meanwhile, thank you. I think this will work because it's not broken.
Try it and see.
Yeah, how was your pork chop?
Mine was good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try it and see.
I will. Hang on. I hear Poppy.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, it's working. All right. So, meanwhile, my girlfriend's husband is in the ER also. Bobby Fox. Bobby and I, before I went to work for Wilbert Harris, I drove a medical van for the senior citizens here in Perry County. And Bobby and I and Marianne and George, we were drivers. Well, that was many years ago. And Fox kept hearing Ducky, Ducky, Ducky. That's what he called me. He called me Ducky. I said, I hear that. I'm hearing my name. Where the hell is that? And it was Bobby Fox, Robert Fox. I called him Fox. He called me Duck. He was in the next bed with where Paul was. I told Paul, I'm right here. I haven't left you. I'm going right next door because Bobby Fox is in the next bed. So he said, they told me that get my ducks in a row. I'm like, what? What do you mean get your ducks in a row? He said, I'm dying, Ducky. I called Marcia. Said, Marcia, I'm here with Paul and Bob. I said, you need to come up here to the VA because they told him to get his ducks in a row. What? So I stayed with him. And I remember sitting there with Bobby. And he said, do you see them? I said, see who, Bob? He said, the spirits. I said, Bob, no, I don't see them. My mom's here. My mom's here. And somebody else. I said, you mean angels? He said, no, they're spirits. I said, okay. If you see them, I believe you. He said, they're coming to take me away. And we laughed because I said, you're funny now, huh? He said, no, my mom's here. She's in the bathroom. She's combing her hair. I said, so God's close. Well, Marcia finally came. There was nothing. And this doctor had a bedside manner. You know, he could have said it very nicely in a different way. But no, he said it in an ugly way. And, of course, I went off on the doctor. I gave him a new asshole. Wrote him one side down the other side. I said, man, you really know how to do your job, don't you? You can't sugarcoat it, huh? Don't you have to wait for the wife to be there too? Well, yeah, but she wasn't. I'm like, that. I wrote him up. I went to the higher up and wrote him up. Well, Paul was still in the hospital, and his sister lives an hour away from here. And I asked her, would she come and stay with Paul? Sean, I'm not signing no papers. I'm not signing. I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got it under control. I said, Paul, I said, my son wants me to come to Georgia. And I told him I would. Of course, I don't know what the hell was I thinking. My mind was on Paul. And I went to Georgia, and I couldn't be myself down there in Georgia. My girlfriend called me up and said, Bobby died on Christmas Day. I told her I was sorry. Bobby and I were like this, too. So we came back. I came back to the hospital, and I stayed with Paulie. I didn't leave Paul's except for that one time. And where would you like to ship them? Well, first he said, when I was in Georgia, he called me and he said, are you sitting down? I said, yeah. He said, I have bladder cancer. So he had a stroke, a heart attack, and bladder cancer on top of everything. I'm like, damn, Paul, it rains and pours, doesn't it? So when I got back to Tennessee, I went straight to the VA, and I stayed there, and I slept on a chair beside his bed, and I did not leave him until we came home. And they told me I couldn't do it. What? I said, oh, no. No, don't even go there. I'm not leaving Paul. Well, they asked me where I wanted to bring him home. But at that time, COVID was... People were coming down with some kind of flu bug or something. And I was trying to bring him over here to Parsons. Instead, we went to the hellhole where our veterans are, and place in Nashville, Bordeaux, what was the name of that place up there? It's a veterans home, Oh my God, our poor veterans. Nobody there to advocate for them. First, second, and third floor were good. Everything else is shithole. I got pissed off. I called the main hospital and said, we're out of here today. The guy was watching porno on his computer. Well, me and the air mattress guy that was bringing Paul an air mattress for his bed. The nurses couldn't bathe him right, almost dropped him. Oh, hell no. No, no, no. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I did a damn good job. I stayed right there with him. We left. I picked him out of his... That next morning, I took him in his car. They wouldn't load him in the car. I loaded him myself from the wheelchair to Paul's car, and I brought him over to Parsons. And he stayed there for 3 months. That's when Mike Ivy in Parsons came to the nursing home. And he signed power of attorney for me. And I took him under my wing. Now, his sister, he's the oldest out of 13. His sister lives in Dixon. 2 brothers in New York. 2 brothers in Dixon and a sister in Dixon. And none of them would help him. Nobody would step up to the program and help him. I told Nick, I said, we are Navy and he is Army vet. I said, we are going to help him, you like it or not. And I did. Before that gentleman came to my house, I had a ramp. I had a bed. I had a lift. I had everything I needed for him in my spare bedroom. March the 3rd was his last day at the nursing home. And they wanted Paul to sign his life away. I said, oh, hell no. You are not signing anything. You are not signing nothing. By that time, the people in the CB shop are stealing from him left and right. I brought him here to my house. March the 3rd, we went from the nursing home to the Vanderbilt so he could have his surgery. His bladder cancer removed. And that day I brought him home. It was March the 3rd of 2015. And I took care of him like he was mine, under my wing, until October the 7th, 2019. When he died in my arms. I did everything I was supposed to. What a friend and a caregiver, I'm sorry, can do. Boy, do I miss him. I miss him saying, hey, Ducky, or hey, Daisy, where's my meds? His sister lives an hour from us. I can't tell you how many times she came. 2 times to see her oldest brother. She's next to the oldest. Billy, I like him. He's from New York. And Jimmy, I liked him too. Knew that I wasn't going to take no crap off nobody. The 2 older ones stole from him. And I told Paul before he died, you need to make peace. Nope, I don't want him there. Oh, and Richie in Florida. Richie was good to him. Oh, Richie would come see him. So I got him a cell phone, and they hardly even called them, except for Richie. Richie called him. Jimmy called him once in a while. But Ronnie, I got Polly a brand new wheelchair, scooter, you name it. I had to give Paul shots. He had a PICC line from his arm to his heart. The nurse showed me how to do it. I had to give him his shots to keep him. I kept him alive for almost 5 years. But he had a lot of things wrong with him. We even bought a medical van to haul him around. I think he used it 3 times. That was it. Boy, I miss him. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cry. I just miss him. So when Paul passed, before he passed, I was working on my sewing room. And he would come out, and I made him get up. With his lift, I put him in his wheelchair, and he would sit and watch me take all the screen down, all the wood down. And it was funny. He never, when he smoked at his place, he never smoked here. That couldn't work at my house. But he liked his vodka. I'd make his vodka. And I spoiled him. Whatever he wanted, I got it for him. Just when your body is tired, it'll let you know. Yep, him being in his wheelchair. Yep. Paul been through hell. I had to shut down the CB shop. The IRS, the sales tax people, owed $4,000. They were stealing from him. He had more money going out than coming in. I told him, just lock the damn doors. He doesn't have the money. Boy, they people hated me. Hated me to death. I didn't care. I really didn't give a rat's ass. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I stood my ground. And then his brother Ronnie, because Paulie has a powerful wheelchair that VA gave him. I will only go give it to the vet, whoever needs it, comes in, and him and his girlfriend finally come to my house, demanding me to release Paul in their care. She was a nurse. This Paul ain't going nowhere, babe. He's not leaving my house till the day he dies. Well, things were happening. One morning I got up to give him his meds, and he goes, "Where are you going? You going to church?" I said, "No, Paul, I'm not going to church. I'm going to go get a shot." "Well, I thought you were going to church." And right then and there I knew. Paul is from England. He was born in England. Served in the Vietnam War. His mom brought him over when he was a little boy. served in the U.S. Army. Never got his citizenship. I kept saying, why can't you vote? And he says, because I am not a citizen. I'm like, hell, you served in the U.S. Army. You flew. You were a helicopter gunner. I says, and you're not a citizen? Nope. I never got my citizenship. I'm like, what the hell? Oh. Well, I called up Hohenwald. He's Catholic. And I called him up and asked the preacher if he'd come over and give him his last rites. He came. Of course, he asked me to leave the room, and I said, okay. And the preacher was saying, he's telling him his last rites and everything, and he said, do you know why Daisy called? No, why did Daisy call? I'm fine, and and he would tell him his stories. It was so funny. He was telling the preacher his stories when he was a kid. I was like, only Paul. And I told him, I said, are you done? He said he doesn't know. I said, I'll tell him. I said, Paul, when you don't eat and you don't drink and the VA gives up on you, your body is shutting down. Well, Paulie had a batch of bad diarrhea. Poor guy. And I won't let no one sit in their shit. Hell no. I cleaned him up, gave him a bath. I think I did that about 4 or 5 times that day. And he had to wear diapers. And he had a catheter on him. And he looked and he said, Daisy, I'm dying, ain't I? I said, yeah, Paul. I said, but God knows when you're going. I don't even know. But I could tell it's close. His last day in his wheelchair was in end of September. October the 7th was Ginger's birthday, and that's when he passed. In my arms. I made up the room so I'd have my daybed in there. I would stay in his room, but the smell, you could tell when a person is dying. The smell is there. And then one day I come into his room. His bed is, he took his bed all the way up to the ceiling. I said, Paul, what are you doing? He says, I can see heaven up there. I said, okay. I brought him right back down. Gave him his meds. Next morning, same thing. Right back up. Are we going to play this game? So I stayed in his room. The smell was, I had to burn candles. That's how bad the smell was. And then one morning, I think it was a Sunday, he had a big old smile going, wee, wee, wee. I said, Paul, what's going on? He said, I'm riding my bike. Wee, wee. So they say you go backwards in your childhood. He was riding his bike. Well, the neighbor used to live over here with a bunch of dogs, and he used to play loud music. David Box could kill him. Paul was sick. Well, it was an afternoon. He says, no, it was in the evening. Paul says, angry animals. I said, Paul, our dogs are sleeping. And the dogs next door are sleeping also. Nope, angry animals. That's okay, we went from wee, wee to angry animals. Okay. This is not going to be good. Okay. So he wouldn't drink no more. He wanted me to make him a drink. He wouldn't drink that. I tried tricking him, making shakes with peanut butter and protein shakes and stuff to keep him built up. What the hell is in this drink, he used to tell me. It's good stuff, just drink it. That morning, Monday morning, was October the 7th. It was my girlfriend's birthday, Ginger. I went in his room again. He had his bed as tall as he could get it up to the ceiling. I brought him back down. By that time, he was on hospice. They gave me morphine to give to him. By the time I came from the kitchen back to his room, he was having like a convulsion. All this black stuff, bile was coming out of his mouth, his nose, his ears. I'm like, oh, here we go. I called up my girlfriend Ann, and what do? Roll him over on his side, and I did. By that time, I told him I love him. Nobody should see your best friend die. I hold him in my arms as he took his last breath. Oh, you want to talk about... Oh, God. I called his doctor. And I called the people, the coroner, the police. No, I called the people that come and get him because he wanted to be cremated, so I called them. When they showed up. He asked me, you want to dress Paul? I said, hell no. Paul came in butt naked. He's going out butt naked. I know it's not funny at the time, but it is now. I just put a sheet over him. And the people drove away in their black van. And I have a heater in my living room. I almost tore that heater off the wall. Because Paul's no more in my care. Oh, God. That's hard. And they took him to Waverly, where they put him on ice. And then his family. Then his family coming out of the woodwork. Let me tell you, it's true. They wanted everything of Paul's. Everything. Well, let me tell you, Paulie was very damn smart. There was nothing in his name. Nothing. I almost arrested Ronnie. He threatened to hurt me. Oh, you don't do that. Nick, I had to wash Missy because she was laying right beside him. I cleaned up his room, and I was numb. And I laid on his bed because I didn't know what to do. I was lost. My soul, my heart was ripped out. Yep, it's true. When somebody dies, it's everybody comes out of the woodwork trying to take stuff. Paul had nothing. Paul had nothing to him. I bought him clothes. He had nothing. And I had power of attorney. He had a will. He had everything made up before he even came to my house. I didn't even know that. Yep. Wow. And Ginger's a good friend. And she helped me through that on her birthday. So he died the 10th of 19. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It'll be 5 years this coming October. Wow. It feels like yesterday. I'm sorry. I cried. I didn't mean to. It still hurts. I told Nick, don't you ever get sick. Your ass will be in a nursing home quicker than a doorknob. I'm the one that keeps things together. I cannot get sick. I'm the one that keeps things going at my household. I run my household. Shit, if I let Nick have that checkbook, we'd be broke. At least my bills are paid for. So, his brothers and sisters want to know when they're gonna cremate him. I said, honey, it's everything's out of my control. The machine is broken, so he's on ice. When I know, I'll let you know. If you want to go up there to the funeral home, go ahead. You're welcome to go there. So he wanted to be cremated. And I made a nice little shelf for him in my sewing room. Meanwhile, you never ever buy anything expensive. Houses, RVs, cars, nothing when a person dies. Do not do that. I did. You don't do that. Went to Florida and bought a used motor home. It had 144,000. It was a coach house. It was an awesome camper. With my knowledge and Nick's knowledge, we were fine. We didn't care. It was just like our truck. But it was having some issues, and I sold it on RV Trader. So going away and coming back and going away and coming back, I'd work on that room in there. Then I'd stop and I'd have to go again. What it was is I was running away from here. I had to deal with it, and I didn't know how to deal with everything. So we bought a camper. We sold that motor home. 6 months later, we buy a pop-up. What the hell were we thinking? Us old folks with a pop-up? I could see if we were younger. We were older. Nick had a heat stroke when we were in Georgia. We went from one campsite to the other, and then we came home. We sold that. And I told Nick, we ain't not buying any more campers. The teardrop came up for sale. We just went to look, an hour away. hour and a half away, I think it was. And it was in Kentucky, Mayfield, Kentucky. We looked around at it, went to the guy's house, still brand new. Looked at Nick. Nick looked at me. I said, "What do you think?" He says, "It's a cute camper." Paid the guy right on the spot, brought him home. And look where it is. I can't even use the damn thing because he don't want to go camping anymore. Eee, that makes me mad. And nobody is buying shit because of the economy. With everything that's damn going on. I'll be damn glad when this damn election is over with. So now Ginger don't talk to me. Because Ginger is an independent Democrat. I don't care what she says. I'm a Republican. That's my prerogative. Whatever y'all do, that's your business. But I'm still going to vote for Trump. Win or not win. And how Kamala is treating our veterans, that right there, doesn't jive with me. Sorry. Nope. Well, listen, I talked your ears off. I didn't mean to. It just was one of them days. I miss Paul. And Jenny, I know you miss Rico. And Debbie, you miss your dad. It feels like yesterday. And yes, I get depressed just like everybody else does. But I take 0 meds. Except for this damn thing now. Oh my God. Oh. My brother that lives in New York is the same way. He don't like medicine either. Oh God, no. And when all this COVID shit happened, oh shit. My kids are like, "Mom, you need to get home. It's breaking out in Florida." Where were we? We're in Florida. You need to get home before it gets bad. Toilet paper is stock, We stayed to ourselves. They're never, ever going to let COVID go away, are they? You're never going to hear a common cold, ever. Ever. So when I was down on my back for one day, I didn't have COVID. It was just a flu bug, 24-hour flu bug. I felt better. You never hear the common cold. And I wish I never got them damn shots. Because that last shot almost did me in. Took me 4 days to come around. Never again. Oh, hell no. Sometimes I wondered, when I took them damn shots, it's caused all this BS. Because I was healthy until then. Well, that's what happens when you get older. Bon appetit, people. Now I'm going to have to go see the GI doctor in Paris. Just the thought of that. Well, I talked your ears off. I am so sorry. I get rambling, and that's what happens when you're old. Oh, I was going to move the camper down. The ground is way too damn soft here up front because we put that gravel down there. And I won't put it there. I can't put my tent up. So behind my truck is a level spot, and that's where the hell I'm gonna put the camper. Not today. Another day. I'm gonna go eat my pork chop that I made yesterday. Ooh, they were delicious. They were that thick, about an inch thick, and as big as my hand, I swear. And they were good. I'm back on to eating again. Well, listen, y'all. You have a good day. We'll talk tomorrow. I see my son called. He's on his way to Florida to check out his house. Dang it. I won't be going there. I wanted to see my granddaughter. Maybe I have to wait till she comes to Erin. All right, love y'all. Francis, Mark, everybody. I'm sorry if I don't say your names, but thank you so much for watching me. I'm just a crazy old hoot. I talk about everything. I like my hand-me-down shirts. We'll see y'all later. Be safe out there this weekend. And go vote. And make our country get great again. All right? See y'all later. Bye.